Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you linear model. Of course, there's the PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, a taxi company charges a flat fee of $6 plus $3 per kilometers traveled. Part A. Write a linear equations that represent the total cost for a trip of d kilometers. So first of all, we know that every kilometers travel, it costs $3. So in another word, 1 kilometer will charge $3. 2 kilometers will be 2 times 3. 3 kilometers will be 3 times 3. And d kilometer will be 3 times 3. So the cost, that is C, is equal to 3 times d, that is 3d. And then we need to add a flat fee, which is $6. So we need to add on top of that. So in another word, no matter how many kilometers you travel, so the flat fees is $6. Okay, so we add 6. So there you go. The cost is 3d plus 6. Part B. Calculate the cost of a 10-kilometer trip. So first of all, we know that C is equal to 3D plus 6. And then D this time is 10. So 10 kilometers. So that means the cost will equal 3 times 10. And then we add 6. That will give me, so we can just put that in a calculator. So 3 times 10 is 30. So we add 6, it's 36. So therefore, it's $36. So there you go. So therefore, the cost, $36. So there you go. Part C. How far can Bethany travels if she has $48? So first of all, we know the rule is this. C equal 3D at 6. So this time, C is equal to 48. So we just need to solve for D. So that means 48 is equal to 3D plus 6. To solve for D, so I minus 6 on both sides. So I want to get rid of this 6. So therefore, 48 minus 6 will give me 42. So in another word, 42 is equal to 3D. So now I just need to divide this by 3. I divide this by 3. So that cancel out. So that is D equal to, so I simply just put down on a calculator. So 42 divided by 3. Otherwise, we know that 3 go to 4 is 1. Remainder 1, so that's 4. So I just write the answer here. You got, so therefore, 14 kilometers. So there you go. Part D. So we need to complete this table. So first of all, the rule is, let me just write this down. So the cost is $3 times the distance travel at $6. That is flat fees. So now we just substitute D is 0. So 0 times 3 is 0. And we add 6. So that is 6. So $6. So now D is equal to 2. So 3 times 2 plus 6. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6. Add 6, give me 12. So that is $12. And when D is equal to 4, so we replace D with 4. So 3 times 4 will give me 12. We add 6. So give me 18. And when D is equal to 6, so we go 3 times 6 will give me 18. We add 6 will give me 24. And similarly, when D is equal to 8, so that is 3 times 8 plus 6. We can just put on a calculator. 3 times 8 give me 24 plus 6. So that is 30. So that is $30. So there you go. Part E. So we need to graph the relationship between the cost and the distance travel. So first of all, we know that when D is equal to 0 and C is 6. So D is the horizontal axis and C is the vertical. So 0, 6. So that will give me this point here, 0, 6. And when D is equal to 2, C is 12. That is $12. So D equal to 2, we go across 2 and up 12. There you go. And now we have 4, 8. So the D is 4, C is 8. So we start from 0, 0. We cross 4 horizontally and we up 18. And when D is 6, C is 24. So 6 kilometers will cost $24. And then when D, the distance is 8 kilometers, the cost will be $30. So 8, we go horizontally 8 and up to 30. So there you go. So now what I do, I just join these points together. So there you go. So let me just put an arrow here. So that is C is equal to 3D plus 6. So there you go. Part F. Find the gradient of the graph and explains its meaning in the context of the problem. So first of all, we know that the gradient is rise over run. So I can just draw a right angle triangle. So it doesn't matter where it is or how big or how small it is, but just draw. So look at the point so you can find the rise and the run easier. That's all. So I can just draw it on here. So the rise is from 6 to 12. So that is 6 units. And from here to here is 2 units. So the run is 2. Or of course you can draw it on here. So the same thing. So 18 to 24. So the rise is 6. And the run is from 4 to 6 is 2. So the rise is 6 and the run is 2. And because the line is going like this, so M is positive. The gradient is positive. So let me just write this down. So the gradient is rise is 6, run is 2, and it's have a positive gradient. Okay, keep that in mind. So that will give me 3. So we need to explain the meaning of this. So therefore, Bethany has to pay $3 So there you go. We need to write something like this. So therefore, Bethany has to pay $3 for every kilometer that she travels. Okay, keep that in mind. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through it with you. Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, we know that Jessica has to pay $20 per month for the membership. And she has to pay $5 for each class she attends. So first of all, for the rule, so we go C, that is the cost, is equal to, so one lesson, so you pay $5. 2 lessons, so we pay 2 times 5. And we have n lessons, so that means 5 times n. So 5 times n is 5n. And don't forget, she has to pay $20 each month for the membership as well. So she needs to pay plus $20. So that is for the membership fees. So regardless whether she attend any class or not, every month she must pay $20. And each class, she needs to pay $5 extra. So keep that in mind. So that is the rule to find the cost for each month that Jessica has to pay. Part B, use the equation to calculate Jessica's total cost if she attends 6 classes in a month. So first of all, the rule is this. C is 5n plus 20. So n is 6. So that becomes 5 times 6 at 20. That will give me, so I just put on a calculator, 5 times 6 plus 20. And we know that 5 times 6 is 30, at 20 is 50. So therefore, the total cost is $50. So there you go. Part C. So we know that Jessica has to pay $50 a month. So we just need to work out how many classes did she attend, okay? So C equal, so the rule is 5n plus 20. And C is 50. So we just substitute it in. So 50 is equal to 5n plus 20. So we just minus 20 on this side, minus 20 on this side. So this cancel out. So that is 30 is 5n. So I divide this by 5. I divide this by 5. So this cancel out. So I simply just put in a calculator, 30 divided by 5. Otherwise, we know that 30 divided by 5 will give me 6. So n is equal to 6. So therefore, Jessica attended 6 classes. Okay, keep that in mind. So you got therefore, just write 6 classes. That would do. So there you go. Part D. So we need to work out the total cost if Jessica not attending any class. So in another word, n is equal to 0. And we know that C is equal to 5n plus 20. So 5n plus 20. So n is 0. So C is equal to 5 times 0 because no classes. That means n is equal to 0. So plus 20. So that will give me $20. So let me write here. So therefore, Jessica has to pay $20. So that is just the monthly fees. Okay, keep that in mind. Part E. If Jessica's total monthly cost is $70, how many classes did she attend? So we know that the cost, that is C, is 70. So let me write down the rule first. So C equal 5 and at 20. So C is 70. So that is 70 is 5n plus 20. So we minus 20 this side, we minus 20 on this side. So this cancel out. So that is 70 minus 20 will give me 50. So 50 is equal to 5n. Then if I divide by 5 on both sides, because I need to get rid of 5, I solve for n. Remember that. I divide by 5. So they cancel out. And 50 divided by 5, so I simply just put on a calculator. Otherwise, we know that 50 divided by 5 is 10. So let me write on here. So that is n is 10. So therefore, Jessica attended 10 classes. So just write 10 classes will do. So there you go. Part F. So we need to complete the table. So we know that the rule is this. C is equal to 5n plus 20. So when n is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, and we're at 20, so give me 20. And 1 times 5 is 5, and we add 20, so that will give me 25. And when n is 2, so 5 times 2 will give me 10. Add 20 will give me 30. And you can see that pattern here. And 3 times 5 is 15. Add 20 is 35. And we know that 5 times 4, because n is 4, will give me 20. We add 20, give me 40. So there you go. Now part G, we need to draw the graph. Okay, so we have to draw the relationship between C and N. So now just look at this table here. So when N is 0, C is 20. And when N is 0, C 20. So we move up all the way to 20 here. And when N is 1, C, the cost is 25. So one class, $25. So halfway between 30 and 20. So there you go. When she attends 2 classes, she has to pay $30. So we go across 2 from origin and up 30. So there you go. And when N is 3, C is 35. So 3, 35. Halfway here. And then when N is 4, C is 40 here. So there you go. So what I do now is just need ruler and join these points together. So now I just put an arrow because it's keep going. So there you go. Part H. So we need to find the gradient and explain its meanings. Okay. So to find the gradient, we know that rise over run. And we can just construct a right or triangle. So easier if I go like this. So you can see it easier. That's all. Of course, you can draw like this if you wish. And at the end of the day, you get the same answer. So let's start from this one here. So we know that the rise is from here to here, from 20 to 30. So that is 10 units or $10 if you wish. And from 0 to 2, so that is 2. And we know that the gradient is rise over run. And the line going this way, so we have a positive gradient. So let me just write this down. M is rise is 10, run is 2. 10 over 2. And the gradient is positive. So it's 5. So there you go. So this means that, or therefore, in this context, okay, so that means every class Jessica attend, so she has to pay $5. So that is so there you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. Now pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? Let me go through them with you. First of all, we know that James charged $50 per hour and plus call-out fee for $80. If he worked for 1 hour, he would charge people $50 plus $80. And 2 hours will be 50 times 2 plus 80. And T hours, so he will charge cost is equal to $50 times T, because T hours, so 50 times T. And we need to add call-out fee. So that is $80. Part B, how much would James charge if he worked for 5 hours? So we know that the charge C, which is cost if you wish, 50 times 5, because T is equal to 5. And we add 80. So we just put on a calculator. So we just go 50, we times 5, and then we add 80. So there you go, 330. So there you go. Part C. If a customer were charged $230, how many hours did James work? So first of all, we know that C, that is the charge, is equal to 50 times T at $80. So now C is 230. So we just goes 230 is equal to 50. T we add 80. And what I do, I just remove this 80 by minusing on both sides, minus 80. So that cancel out. So 200 minus 80 is 120. Add 30 is 150. Otherwise, of course, you can just put on the calculator 230 minus 80. Okay. So 150 is equal to 50T. Now I just divide by 50 on both sides. So I divide this by 50. I divide this by 50. So this cancel and this 0 cancel out. So T is equal to 15 divided by 5 will give me 3. Or you can just simply put on a calculator 150 divided by 50 and you should get 3. Okay. So you go therefore. So therefore he works 3 hours. So there you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? Let me go through them with you. So first of all, we know that Sarah is filling the tank 20 liters every minute. And we know that at the start, the tank is empty. So keep that in mind. And we need to write equations so to suit this model. So that is volume. So V is equal to 20 liters times T. Because 1 minute, so you fill up 20 liters. 2 minutes, so 2 times 20. 3 minutes will be 3 times 20. So T minutes will 20 times T. Okay, that is the volume of the tank. Okay, so part B, how much water will be in the tank after 10 minutes? So T is equal to 10. So that means volume, that is V equal 20 times 10. So V is equal to 20 T. T is 10. So that is 20 times 10. And 20 times 10 is 200. So that is 200 liters. Part C. Sarah wants the tank to hold 250 liters of water. So we need to work out how long it takes her to fill it up. Okay. So that means V is equal to 20 T. And we know that V is equal to 250 liters. So 250 is equal to 20 T. So I just divide it by 20 on both sides because I need to solve for T. So divide by 20, this divide by 20. So that cancel out, that cancel. So 25 divided by 2, give me 12.5. So T is 12.5. So let me just write here. So therefore, 12.5 minutes. So there you go. Part D. How many liters will the tank contain? 400 liters of water. So this means that V is equal to 400. So we know that V is 20 T. Now this time V is 400 liters. So 400 is equal to 20 T. So I just divide by 20 and I divide this by 20. So that cancel out, this cancel. So 20. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. So T is 20. So therefore, 20 minutes. So there you go. Last one. If Sarah stops filling the tank after 15 minutes, how much more water will she need to reach the total of 500 liters? So first of all, we need to work out how many liters of water in the tank after 15 minutes first. So we know that V equal 20 times time. And this time, times that is T equal 15. So V will be equal to 20 times 15. And we can just put on a calculator. 2 times 15 is 30. So add another 0. So 300 liters of water in the tank. And we need to have 500 liters. So we need to work out how much more. So we just go 500 minus 300. So that is 500 minus 300. So that will give us 200 liters. So therefore, so there you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for your patience. Bye.